Hello everybody, it's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's February the 4th and it's Thursday night. Well, the markets are in a consolidation mode and pretty much undecided about what direction they want to take. But I will tell you that a lot of stocks have rebounded nicely. Gold is taken off. Oil had a respite today. Let's take a look at the gold section first, because I think these stocks, although they may have had important breakouts, are really extended to the point where I don't think they're going to get up much further before they get a decent pullback. If you look at the run up in ABX, for example, it's already gone just from about 7.25 to 11.5 in a couple weeks. It could extend. When I look at the resistance now, I'm seeing major triple top area up around 14, so we could see some additional upside. I would love to see a pullback towards 10. If we can get a setup or consolidation in that zone, I think then we're going to 14, so watch for that. Agnico Eagle Mining is one of the larger gold mines, and you can see that overhead resistance for sure lies up around the 35.5 area, and we're at 32.75, so we may get a move up into that zone, but I think it's getting a little bit short-term overextended. Volume was huge here. It will be interesting to see if it does pull back, whether or not eventually this gets up into the low 40s. That would be my target. If you're looking at a little bit longer term, you can see that the major declining tops line, and this is the important thing, on a weekly chart, going back 5 years, almost 6 years, the market has shown a declining channel on this, and we finally broke out literally today, or in the last couple of days anyway, taking out the key resistance. AU is another gold that has broken its declining tops line with a big thrust, and it's run from the 7 range up to more than 10. Today's action took it out over the double top. That's key. We may see a quick surge and take this up towards 12. These stocks are extended but in momentum now, and we may see an explosive type move, particularly if the market does break. I think stocks, gold can be a little bit more of a defensive posture. GDX is a ETF that hasn't quite broken out through the declining top line or lateral resistance, but if we do get a surge here, this could make a very interesting move into the high teens, maybe 20. GFI, South African miner, has been running up for now 2 months. Has gone from 2 to 4. It's a low price puppy, but it is at resistance here. There is an extension that could get it up to 4.75. But I'm thinking that all of these may have a little bit more blow off, and then we're going to see some kind of dramatic pullback or consolidation. GG is another gold corp. You can see the breakthrough of double top today, and the moving average, triple top actually. The target would be about 15.75. I don't know if it's going to get straight up there or pull back. We'll see. Goldcorp, one of the leading gold companies in the world. That's actually not Goldcorp, it's Rand Gold, symbol GOLD. Has resistance right up just above where we are. And should we take that out, the possibilities are we can see as high as mid-80s. In addition, there's Newmont Mining, one of the largest in the world. The major long-term declining channel may have been taken out here. And you can see that explosive move taking from 16 to 24 just in a week and a half has got this one pretty extended. Now the breakout came here. That's maybe why the top of the pressure cooker came off. But I think that you're going to have problems getting to 25. If we do punch it here, 27.5, 28 would be a number I would sell my stock at least short term, if you're trading it. Now NUGT is my favorite ETF. Coming through the double top with a breakaway gap today and up near resistance. If we extend here, there could be a little bit more up towards 42, even 47, 48, 49. But this has already come from 17, 38 in a couple weeks, so be careful. Royal Gold, one of my favorite long-term plays, has really come down over the last year from the high 70s down to the mid to low 20s. Nice reversal though. There is resistance here at 39 and then at 43. SPGL is a South African gold that's spiking as well. This one's pretty extended. Maybe get a little bit more up towards 11, 11.5, and then maybe that would be a time to sell. And just one quick look at silver. SLW, the leading silver stock, also in a mojo here that could extend as high as 15, 15.5. If it extends this move, be careful about the overbought status of this one too. Now that covers the gold sector. AMDA, which popped sharply 3-4 days ago, a week ago, has been in a nice wedge consolidation. As the volume recedes, but the technicals and OBV hold up, even improve, it looks like a stock that could have a spike up towards 4.5. That's my next target. Now, we put a swing on Crete today because it broke out. If you look at the pattern, a nice big base formed and then a wedge. And I want to show you this. There's the wedge. You take a look at the base. After an extensive decline, it took this all the way down from the high 70s, double top here. It then moved down into the low 20s eventually. But in the last, since July, for 6-7 months now, been consolidating in a base with resistance at these bottoms, the gap this high and this high. Today it punched through. I'm looking for a move. It quickly gets it up near the 31 3/4 range, and then upwards of 35 3/4, 36 is a possibility for sure coming up next. If volume maintains it, there's 16 days to cover. This could be a wildfire. 3D Systems acting well in here. Has already punched through 3 moving averages in the last 2 days, including a lateral resistance level. Right up against key secondary resistance. I would have to say it's closer to there, but the declining tops line is in here. This is important. If we follow through here, look for 10.5, 10 3/4 range on the next move, followed by an intermediate target near 13 3/4, 14. This one's got 9 days to cover. INVA with a pop today broke out. I think we traded it today. The declining tops line was taken out. The stock came up with 2.3 million shares, the best in 2 months, breaking through lateral resistance. I think we're going to test as early as tomorrow the 12.5, 13 range, but eventually I'm looking for more upside that takes it potentially up towards 15.5. This one's got 31.5 days to cover. That's a big number. Taking a look at LABU, I think the biotechs may have turned yesterday, and today they followed through a little bit. At least the LABU did. It didn't close great, but it was up 5.8%, and it did trade solid volume of 12.3 million. I'm going to need a follow-through. I need the stock above today's high. That's 7 3/4. That could get it going. My short-term target, if we do get a breakout, is 10 1/4. I think it can be done. We need to get some volume. We need to get the breakout. Mattel. What an awesome day for that, as the rumors come out that Hasbro may be interested in buying them. They've been talking. So just in the last 2.5 weeks, from $23.85 to today's high of $34.36, more than $10. So congrats, tech traders, if you took that swing trade. It's a beauty. But I think today was a good day to sell it. We'll see if there's a takeover or not. At least half your position should have been taken off the table today. Claro, after we noted the wedge last week, it popped and popped for 5 days in a row now, taking it from 3 1/4 to 4.5. 447 the high, closing 2 cents off that high. Looking at the long-term declining tops line, you can see going back even further that this stock has some resistance in here, but it feels like it wants to break out. Although it wouldn't surprise me if it got into that 4 3/4, 5 range short term. It's pulled back and consolidated like it did in here. 10.5 days to cover also could fuel the fire. RRTS, this is a trucker. Big run up today from 8.5 to 11.68, closing at 10.43, up 2.56. That's 32.5%. And although it did back off the gap, if it punches through, I can see it getting into the 14-15 zone. SEDG, well, Wall Street's favorite solar is doing well today, popping another, let's see, 210 or 7 3/4%, 4 million traded. The high got up to 30.50, closed a point off the high, but nevertheless, that was resistance, and I can see why it may have pulled back from there. I still think we got 33 and maybe 37 coming. Nice chart, great volume today, 4.1 million, biggest volume I've seen. Sientra, our swing trade, wanted to show you the inside day it had with lower volume, but the OBV moving up. It just feels like it's destined to go higher. I'm looking for this stock to eventually be 12, 13, maybe 14. And Take-Two Software, beautiful chart long term, very nice. The daily chart shows that after the run up in November and the pullback in mid-November, it rallied back, couldn't get through twice, pulled back twice to retest, and today popped 225 or 6.85% on 6 million with nearly 13 days to cover. I'm looking for this to take this out and run, and my next target is in the mid-40s. U.S. Steel, is this turning around? Well, today it popped through the major declining tops line and already has moved through 2 moving averages in the last couple days, actually all 3 of them. Took out lateral resistance. My target near term is 9.5. We get through that, it's 11. Lastly is one of my favorites, XON. Exploded 395 today, although it was about 75 cents off the high, a damn decent close. Up 12 3/4%, almost 4 million traded, 9 days to cover. I think the shorts are on a run, a nice orderly run up. I think eventually we see mid-40s. This one looks good, and that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.